Okay, we're going to play some of the best of Nancy Pelosi coming up in a minute. It's kind of fun. She's, butt stupid. And we have some of those butt stupid highlights for you on the way. As you know, is always inspiring us with words of wisdom. And so I think this was a Washington Free Beacon again that put together some of her most inspirational moments.
Oh, I don't support it, but it's not. Again, it's not like in other words.
In other words,
there's an emergency. There's a burning building. We have to put out the fire. I'm not going to have a conversation about the color of the buckets that the water is in. I don't know if these people were all sprung from the head of Zeus, or maybe they're all Native Americans.
Wait.
Bless their hearts. But somebody came from someplace. Do you have any questions?
I don't know if they're all sprung from the head of Zeus or if they're all Native Americans, but we all came from someplace. Not sure what that means.
Those are the two options.
Yeah, you're either sprung from the head of Zeus.
Right, which is an odd place, and it didn't leave him looking good afterwards.
I wouldn't think so.
I was thinking about it on Sunday when I was praying for the Republicans in church, as I do at least every Sunday. I pray for the Democrats and the Republicans, for our country. What his name is, ISA, and this is why I've said this is a game changer, that it's a whole new ball game. This is me throwing up a ball. I think so. I think so. I think so, yeah. Congratulations to sportsmanship. Just kick the can a little bit, not even down the road, but down the path a little bit. I don't know if it's conventional, but it wasn't wisdom. Take it off the table.
He's publicly
Take it off the table. It's just, don't mess with the children. Well, I do think the House of Representatives at this time is an unsafe place for children and other living things. The bishops talk about a baby Jesus. What would we do if Moses had not been accepted by the Pharaoh's family? We wouldn't have the Ten Commandments. They don't know. Is that the one where we're singing, We Shall Overcome? Well, what's to think?
Do you remember that moment a few weeks ago where they kind of clasped arms like this, crossed each other across, and then swayed back and forth singing We Shall Overcome? I forget what that was in reference to. What was that? It was a show of solidarity for something. Was it somebody's birthday or the anniversary of MLK or something? What was the deal on that? That was a bizarre moment, though.
Very bizarre.
Really bizarre moment. But this has all made me very thirsty for the greatest moment of all time from Nancy Pelosi, which, of course, as we all know, was this.
They ask me all the time, what is your favorite this? What is your favorite that? What's your favorite that? And at one time, what is your favorite word? And I said, my favorite word, is really easy.
That's easy.
My favorite word is the word.
The word. The word.
Is the word.
It's the word.
And that is everything. It says it all for us.
It's the word.
And you know the biblical reference. You know the gospel reference of the word.
The word.
And that word is...
it's the word.
We have to give voice to what that means in terms of public policy that would be in keeping with the values of the word.
Well, except for on like abortion.
Well, no.
Or rule of law. Those things. None of that stuff. Don't worry about that.
There may not be anything less sincere on earth than Nancy Pelosi talking about religion. It sounds...
And she does it a lot.
So insincere.
She does it a lot.
It's like asking Glenn for the details of the 1986 World Series. Like she talks about religion with all the familiarity of how Glenn would speak about an intricate sporting event he knew nothing about.
That's true. Yeah,
true. It seems so uncomfortable for her.
And that's the word. We all know what the word means. I mean, I don't have to explain the word. The word is the word.
And
it's
I believe
the scriptural thing about the word.
Right? The
scriptural thing.
The Bible word is what I would say people would know it as. The word
in the scriptures.
The churchiness word.
You know what I'm talking about.
The church-esque term is the thing that I call it.
And that's really all I have to say.
That's all.
It's because it's the word. That one's really easy. It's my favorite word. It's two words, but I use it as one because to me it's so familiar. It's almost like one word, but that's the word.
There's also something that that in the Bible where it talks about not lying. I have the news for you. No one asked you what your favorite word is. That didn't.
They did ask her what her favorite color was.
Yeah, maybe, but not your favorite word.
Well, I played a best of Nancy Pelosi from the Washington Free Beacon, and then I was thinking those are good, but that's not her best moment. Her best moment is when she said that people ask her about her favorite things all the time. What's your favorite this? What's your favorite that? What's your favorite? But one time somebody asked her, what's her favorite word? I don't know how many times I've had that question. We go to a lot of places, right? We're all over the country, many parts of the world. We meet thousands of people every year. I guess the number of times people have asked me what my favorite word is, if I had to count them all.
And don't forget about when you were in Albuquerque.
And Albuquerque.
Yep. And Isbuquerque.
And South Africa. I'm going to include South Africa, too.
I don't know. That's going to be too much. No.
I'm going to say, if we include everything.
Include by authorities, too, not just regular people on the street. Because I know.
Congressmen, senators.
Yep.
Reporters.
In media interviews.
Total number carrying the one. None. Zero.
Really?
Nobody's ever asked me what my favorite word is.
Really?
Not once. Not ever. I've got 6 kids. They've all been 3 years old at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Not one of them has ever asked me, Daddy, what's your favorite word? What's your favorite this? What's your favorite that? What's your favorite? What's your favorite word? Not once.
Not once.
Favorite color?
Yep.
Favorite TV show?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite car you've ever had? What's your favorite house we've lived in? No one has ever asked me, not once, not ever, what's your favorite word? But if they did, I'd tell them, that's easy.
That's easy. It's the word.
The word.
Do you have the one where Nancy Pelosi talks about the cupboard is bare and there's just nothing in the entire $3.77 trillion federal budget to cut?
It's gone.
Because the cupboard is bare. There's no more cuts to make. It's really important that people understand that.
Okay, Stu, you're so stupid, as is the beginning of your name, that I don't expect you to get it, but the cupboard is bare. Okay? There's not another penny they can cut, not one.
That doesn't seem legitimate.
How can you say that? How can you say that? Just because of the waste in every single department? In the government?
It's so insulting.
It's an astounding statement.
We spend tens of billions of dollars on Medicare and Medicaid claims for people that are dead.
Oh, yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
We are paying for the health care of dead people.
True.
We couldn't cut that?
No. Yeah,
that's not in the cupboard?
No, it's bare. Cupboard's bare.
This is a streamlined machine.
It is.
Running at full capacity.
This was another precious moment from her, too.
We see it as an entrepreneurial bill, a bill that says to someone, if you want to be creative and be a musician or whatever, you can leave your work, focus on your talent, your skill, your passion, your aspirations,
and the rest of us will pay
health care. You don't have to be job locked.
And we're all going to pay for it. And, of course, there was this frightening reminder.
3 months that we do not have an economic recovery package, 500 million Americans lose their jobs.
Every month. Every month there's not an economic recovery package. 500 million more Americans lose their jobs.
That's too many. That's too many Americans.
Yes. Yes, it is.
We need
it shouldn't have happened. She's the only one who's ringing that bell. The 500 million American a month bell. So, what do you think her favorite moment is? Her best moment ever? 888-727. Kansas, you're on the Glenn Beck program with Pat and Stu.
Hey, guys. Good morning. I'm sorry. Good show. Hey, I wanted to touch base. I think that Nancy Pelosi's number one has got to be talking about the word, which I assume she's talking about the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite part is when, in the same clip, I think I heard her, she starts talking about it as that word. And I have never heard anybody talk about the scriptures as that word.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, I mean, she's just not. She has no
No,
idea
she's very uncomfortable. As Stu mentioned, appreciate the call. Thanks, John. As Stu mentioned, she's very uncomfortable getting into religion. She does it all the time, but she just doesn't sound like she's proficient in it.
Yeah.
She doesn't speak the language of necessarily a spiritual person.
I think you could tell that by her voting patterns, but you can also tell that by the way that she speaks.
Well, listen to this.
They ask me all the time, what is your favorite this? What is your favorite that? What's your favorite that? And at one time, what is your favorite word? And I said, my favorite word, that is really easy.
That's really easy.
My favorite word is the word.
The word. The word.
Is the word.
Is the word.
And that is everything. It says it all for us.
Doesn't it?
And you know the biblical reference, you know the gospel reference.
No, I should explain it to us anyway.
And,
go ahead.
That word.
That's what he was talking about, right? That word.
She almost says it with disgust. That word. It's a very strange clip. And this is what I like about Nancy Pelosi, is she is proud enough in her, sort of progressive liberalism to admit many things that smarter politicians would not admit. She's in a way principled, and you kind of like that about her, but she's also not good at it. Mm-hmm. So she can't form these statements in a way that don't seem insane, which is why she provides such great audio.
Yeah, like Barack Obama could get away with this nonsense. Yeah. He could speak his way through that.
Yes.
She can't.
She can't. She's not good enough. And so she gets herself in these little circuitous sort of conversations, and she can't find her way out.
It's great.
So good.
Andy in Florida, you're on the Glenn Beck program.
Pelosi. No one can quite keep me rolling on the floor laughing as my blood boils like Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
Yep.
For me, the greatest Nancy Pelosi moment was when she said, "We must pass the bill in order to see what's in it." That was just amazing. Mm-hmm. I was shocked and amazed and infuriated all at the same time.
Yeah.
And I was laughing.
She really does have she's kind of the only person I can think of that can pull that off. Maybe Joe Biden to some degree, but he doesn't get me he doesn't really get me angry. He kind of just makes me laugh. Like, he's just silly.
It's going to be very, very exciting. But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it away from the fog of the controversy.
That's a pretty amazing statement. We have to pass the bill so you can find out what's in it. No, that's actually not how it's supposed to work, Nance. Mm-hmm. You should probably see what's in it so you can either pass or not pass the bill based on its merits.
Yes. And to be fair to Nancy, and we like to do this. We
love to be fair to Nancy.
We do like to be fair. I do though.
Actually, we do.
And here's the situation: she does, I think, lie a lot. However, that statement was true. We did pass the bill, and now we're finding out what was in it.
It's exactly what happened.
And it's much, much worse than we could have ever expected. Really, even us as complete skeptics of this bill and never thinking it was going to be a positive thing, I could not have imagined how bad it's gone.
She's full of great, outrageous moments, too, like this one.
They will be voting to say that women can die on the floor, and healthcare providers do not have to intervene if this bill is passed.
So she was accusing Republicans of allowing women to die on the floor. That's the kind of rhetoric, though, she spews in the House, and people wonder why we don't necessarily care for her all that much.
What's fun about her, though, is some aide wrote that line for her, and she comes out and she says it with all the confidence and vitriol she's supposed to. When she gets in an interview and someone asks her about that, even if it's in a positive way, she's got nothing behind it. There's just not a word behind it. She has no depth on the topic, and she just will struggle and fumble her way through any sort of explanation, and that's what makes her adorable. I love watching it because she really does try hard.
Yeah,
it just doesn't, it doesn't work out for everybody.